Are you ready to effectively manage your virtual team while boosting their productivity? Remote work is on the rise, and while some of that has to do with the coronavirus, it's also beneficial for the employees and employer. There's little to no overhead costs, so it's more affordable for companies. It offers employees benefits like flexible schedules and a commute that only consists of traveling from their beds to their at-home offices. So how are you, as a supervisor or business owner, supposed to stay on top of remote team members' productivity? I'm Noel with Jotform, and today we'll discuss some best practices when it comes to effectively managing your virtual team. Let's go. To put it simply, productivity is when your employees can deliver high-impact work on schedule. Sure, you can spend time trying to nail down the perfect productivity system or trying to squeeze in as much work as possible in an allotted amount of time. Or you can take a step back and see productivity in its simplest form, going deep and doing work that yields a high impact. A key part of your employees' productivity is steering clear of micromanaging. You'll end up spending precious time worrying about their productivity, and instead, you should be focusing on being productive yourself. So how can your employees infuse productivity into their work, whether at home or in the office? One factor that plays into a natural productivity flow is genuinely liking the work you do. If you do the work even if someone wasn't paying you, you're likely a very productive person. Also, being a part of something that's bigger than yourself can cause an uptake in productivity. Pushing work that's not interesting or something you're passionate about will not give you the desired results. If your employees can relate to these two factors, then you're already off to a great start, as well as a productive one. Perhaps you chose the remote route for your employees because of the global pandemic. Or perhaps your business is an international one and you want employees outside of just local talent. Not to mention the increased level of happiness and overall health benefits your employees stand to benefit from working from home. There are a handful of reasons why remote work is beneficial, and if you decide to keep remote work as part of your business, you'll no doubt see productivity blossom. Although remote workers can be extremely productive, there's one major downfall that can occur, and that's trying to achieve work via real-time communication. This will hurt your team's productivity. Since all work is online all of the time, it's almost impossible for remote schedules and productivity flows to line up. Instead, put Slack to the side and try asynchronous communication. This type of communication doesn't happen in real time, so employees can have a meeting and not have the expectation to be in touch with higher-ups immediately. You can even go outside and throw around the pigskin for 20 minutes, and no one would know you were gone. Asynchronous communication also helps avoid distractions when you are hard at work. Since you don't have to communicate in real time, you could have a solid couple of hours of uninterrupted work. To keep your team on track, try implementing these 3 tips. First, hire employees that care about their work. Okay, so this tip happens before your employees are even hired, but it's a helpful tip nonetheless. If your team enjoys the projects they're working on or care about the product you sell, they're more likely to work productively. This second tip we already touched on briefly, but it's important enough to mention again. Don't micromanage. Just guide your employees in the right direction and let them do their jobs. Once you have people pointed in the right direction, they can make their own daily plans and to-do lists. The third tip is to really hone in on your specifications. Whether it's for technology, design, or product changes, try to have any specifications nailed down before starting. If things are loose, there will likely be a breakdown in the workflow between remote employees. Sure, time management can be a helpful tool, but figuring out and managing energy levels is very crucial. If you wake up and are ready to take on the world, perhaps getting all of your hard work out of the way first thing in the morning is a good plan. If you're slow to go and like to get a good workout in pre-work, then start work in the afternoon. The key is to have your employees plan their days according to their personal energy assessment. Since your remote team works asynchronously anyway, there's no need to all get on the same schedule, especially if that directly impacts certain employees' productivity. To really boost productivity, you have to implement to-do lists. Not only do they help you remember what you wanted to accomplish in your workday, but they also help you clear out necessary headspace by writing your thoughts down on paper. This makes way for a more creative and productive day. People have used the to-do list for over 500 years. Seriously, Leonardo da Vinci even used a to-do list. How else would anyone invent the parachute, the helicopter, the calculator, among many other things? To add to the wonderful tips we've already talked about today, here are some specific tools you can use to help manage your remote team's productivity. First up, we have Todoist. This tool functions as a second brain to-do list, so to speak. There's the tool Twist, which is a team communication app. There's also Rescue Time, which is a time monitor tool that helps you gauge how well your team is really using their time. Rescue Time will keep you balanced so you're not doing too much development or taking too many meetings. A really cool feature that's specific to Rescue Time is their focus mode, which blocks out distractions. Some businesses are going back to the in-office workplace, but if you've decided to keep things remote at least part of the time, it's important to know how you're going to effectively manage your virtual team. Let's do a quick review. Productivity isn't just getting a lot of work done, it's delivering high-impact work on time. So make sure you're not micromanaging your team, but simply guiding them to stay on track. To keep employees productive, make sure they feel a part of something and that they're enjoying their work. Foster a productive workplace with asynchronous work rather than 24/7 communication. Manage your energy levels as well as your employees. Create to-do lists and utilize productivity apps like Todoist. Your employees will thank you as they continue to thrive in their remote work environment, and your business will thrive as well. Thanks for tuning in today. I'm Noel with Jotform. See you next time.